In fact, one of the countries in Krokoya, na or the Kinte, no one would the idea na a channel. Or no one sorry, so steady share. And Kabia or Hini Bianco Bessory, a president Bianco Bessory. But one sorry, because the Ashanti history and their tradition, I'm no answer. So, Ohinaba, Ohinawaba, am Wakwaba, a Jumadia, Okoy and Sembe Bresisi. Sembe Bresisi pa. And Unyam Fauton come from Kurano. I'm particular about an incident to be I see what Tanoso, Sunyane Tanoso. You know, Tanoso no. Bosom no e wota no so na consume no wahu e bofo akwa no ono na ane na asefo kwechekiri Bechem wati ase omchekiri Bechem ti omchekiri Bechem no na osano ko hu asota no bosom no enti Bechem ne ta no so de na nka bofo akwa kora no timi da Bechem otimi so ko data no so 2 days wa beda Bechem. So from those days in Inano, ya one woman the cottonum, and a secania woman the cottonum koyimusuno. It's always bought by the occupant of the golden stool. Yes, from the 1700, you know, Ebano. Yawano ayana secani here. It is the occupant of the golden stool who must pull money from his resources. Not at all. Now the information I mean is a new chief now about Tanosono. Ochese oma abusuano a wo mo konsuo mo koyi musuo oma wo mo nko. But that is dangerous for the new chief. Yes. That is the dangerous.
Omo mo nko sese.
O sesande nipa foforo aba. Eno no dia enkana ya say ye too so. If what I'm hearing is true, by the account, by the sentiment, custom and tradition, if what I'm hearing no ye true, as I say, you two in an okoraso. Because Tanoso in Sunyane, Tanoso in Techimai, Tanoboa sending in ano. Holding in ano yawa, and a second in an Asantia himfo. And na, so be on consume mobia koyimusun biano. Sani pano, a Asantia himfo. No control. It is a way a new chief for Tanoso near Sunyane. Nan abusuano a wo mokoyi musuo no wo se wo mpene ma wo nkwa in actual fact enya nne na bibia se sande a na minim dia anka no ane sasante hene na santeman wo mofro na oba na obo nkuro na mo se o ya mpa o kasa ada no a wo se wo mpa boa. So to for about these are very pertinent, very important issues. Me madam for lawyer Josiah, so what in dinner? Josiah. He has been following us. Josiah has been following us. Yes, and then I'm told, sir, Dr. Zato of MPP, so. MPP, yeah, Zato.
Dr. Zato.
Miami Zato. Miami Zato follow me, pa. And I'm Miami don't fair. Me don't fair. I don't fair. Kokuntaka. Me now for no one more. Me now for no more. And Zato ne don't fair. Me chia omunyina na judge say. So that is another. Look, me yen me nyama baba Kwahu no so. Me you are no. Okay, abenepale. Now, me ba Kwahu no so. Na me say na ma history no. Oko Bono regional, your time divisional council. And why the ote say yaka time divisional councillor? Eye nkurankwaja. Namasa. Nasana. Dibebi. Then there is another one. I want it to be on record to say, in terms of history, the only person in Ghana who can elevate any of South Tusun to the statute of paramountcy is that Santana.
The only person.
The only person. So the Kana binim Ghana bakosam, ebinim pe Ghana bakosam ntie, ebinim pe nhua, na ne brofon what about is a blogger. Na blogger, na kana blogger. I am saying it, I'm putting it on authority. So only person who can elevate in Krankwaja to paramount to no paramount chief in the Bono region, no paramount chief in Bono East region, no paramount chief in Ghana can elevate Nkrankwaja, Nasana, Namasa the baby to the statutes of paramountcy. Even though if you look at 2409, we are divisional in the Bono region. Etino, some cronin nyama, any perhaps you may add menje. Some cronin nyama. The only person who can elevate these tools to the status of paramountcy is the occupant of the golden stool. But when the person apemu abakosamati, the person the nimsa, the pap sign the betima church romusa. And it is a divisional in the Bono region. But no paramount chief in the Bono region can elevate any of these tools to the status of paramountcy. So what shall dini ya no dia to anuma na de o got na win to me na da asante na de no anya no de o. So also you have the Tano Subin and now Mayano Subin divisional or Tano divisional in the Bono East. And these things are towns are Inchara, Mwase, Branham, Subin. I am saying it authoritatively that no chief in Ghana can elevate any of these tools to the status of paramountcy apart from the occupant of the golden stool. That is the history. Now history no be Trezia 1742. Ube Trezia 1742. So any history ketwa. And you waka on pension. No every boy the Deviana Sole another Santene. We are clutching me, we are lawyer need to say me. Go and look at 2409. Your time divisional. Near Tano or Subin divisional. Koshen Konyane woman. And I'm saying it authoritatively, say. It is only the occupant of the golden stool who can elevate these tools to the status of paramountcy. Case close. No, I'm 1 hour, 2 hours and I went to media mamma. Also, mamma, 1 hour. Also, how much lecture? How much lecture Magana Fonti? How much lecture may we singing a BNT? Oda mami ko for so wa military okay ko abenenu is their traditional capital uhunu sa no abenenu nya krokasi o abene ntam akora me fancy abene be say adankwame okay onwe so abeso ache na abene but it is the Kwahu matino nko enkowu amatino ano that is the obtran and the Kwahu no buy enkowu and you have people like Esikafo nse Ghana had dey say can group by group there met me aka say Ghana had there ben be top there was papa nkonku na ya corrupt na Kwahu. Now war ntino but the na we are very strong owosoro ho abo wo ba na ominimi na abo no won se so afro ho da nti omini abo no se ya nti wo mu de na wo mu hu pa settlement no bebre ya shanties okay bebre ya dansefo bebre ya santi achem bebre ya mampong bebre ya bompata Kwahu about 80% of the Kwahu population no ya dance bompata asante achem kumawu ude memfa sa dance nyanka ya asantefo binim ye esumija
bompata
kumawu asante achem adanse yemfa ngure mu asante but you still keep the in law so one person utu hene ya okwana ya faso. And there is this case of Boyfio versus NTHC. It's a well-known case. It's a Supreme Court case. Boyfio versus NTHC. Or I think the NTHC versus Boyfio. The decision in that case in which I said, Sabmarano Chile say, what person would two man here? Bonukwa do what the appropriate forum. Not only opportunity. no onyina no ne benka asɛm no benni asɛm no ne bedi wie na bɔ no a etu no. If it is a substitute twafo kontre ankobia jase a divisional council. There's a distinction. A paramount to a regional house of chiefs judicial committee. A substitute, it is a divisional council, a traditional council, judicial committee. So that is a distinction. Now, the law on chieftaincy is such as say a more no kwadu, a man no kwan, and famra kwanso, not the word to know what. That is the position of the law. That is the position of the law. Say a source two. Now one for them call it is menka nkronubiti say mehame. So person come mehame ahinsama. Wo de beko offense ahimfie. Wo beka kwatire ahinsama ana dantia ana bofo kroma. Wo de beko domase number 2 ahimfie. Wo beko tanso. Wo beka de ahinsama. Wo de beko edomase number 1. Wo beka kato. Wo beka biadan. Wo beka senase ahinsama. Wo de beko breku traditional council. Diana. Sa natie sa obeka fa man asema o de beko jape krum
fa man de
fa man krobi o friend fa man
de ayi ewo ayi
dabi da meka jamai fa man so zonzo mi asema o de beko drobo oh sana ade no aye so in the Kwahu case no one se beshi aye no abene ne kan no bro say na me first so kase waje tuma he denied or say wan kasa but so jitum kra untimi kasa yatu. The law is that at no point in time na yebenya nipa mienu adi akonya baako e wo kurubu. That is another law.
Yeah.
At no point in time ukromu abu akwa ho no ohene ba ukromu abu akwa ho no yeah, at a point in time. That is the law. That is the position of the law. And therefore, Kwahu besi atrankodana besi henafo frono. With due respect, that was wrong. Yes, because you see, like I said, the boy versus MTAC. No. That marano akire say ye pese ye to hina ye be A B C D. So when ye A B C D a wuntimi ntu hina no
sani manu so yenye
sani manu so benye so etima wunsi hina foforo because going by the chieftaincy rules no wuntimi nya Kwahu man hina mienu abeti Kwahu man hina kwenya so at the same time or at the given time. That is not permissible in law. So the Dasebre Ekwamu Abuatene Eko Judicial Committee of the Regional House of Chiefs. Nokre Honors of Forum. And a Regional House of Chiefs in the Judicial Committee no tenase no. Beki kasi animu. It's a question of injunction. Injunction no when yaji tuma ana yanyen tuma hwane ne yebekire na ho bekire no. And the law is that as I say mo di injunction tum because damages this is not a matter you can compensate. It's a very important in law, very important in chieftaincy. And sometimes Mr. Ramika, with due respect, I blame some of us lawyers. Sometimes, not specific reference to Kwahu Kwande. Bebrebe wo honoma. Me blame a lawyer for. Every say, kwana befa so no. Se banfa kwampa so a. Na se nipa no de kokko for seshorara to quash what happened. Lawyer no be honest enough and tell your people say, hey, kwana mo da mo fa so tu no. Manfa kwampa so. It is not only the Kwahu dear. I'm talking about me nkasentia lawyer bi. Me lawyer bi animase. But I am a foot to media can. Young lawyer for so you can hold be. No do baby you know what he say muno. Ever. And they will tell you say na nkoka no kro na meda no madidi. Sometimes we think that just oh, we dey everybody here ba no kan okro no a. We dey bia wo bia obedi. Na nkoka. Wow. Sabanfa kwa paso. Na so unipa na samane. And other person na samana. Try and advise your client say look. Let's be very honest and sincere. Men can in reference to Kwahu no. Me can in reference to all cases chieftaincy cases abagan hanyina atiatisi no. So the court granted the injunction. And I think said the Kwahu a judicial committee of Eastern Regional Chiefs no. Many be adwene. Because the substantive matter benkom kwada bere ba fa so to hene no mranyintum. You know, there's a Supreme Court case be the Intelsat, both Intelsat and the Ghana National Lottery. There are so many cases. The courts have always been saying, say, Mako to be a moi bonnet, Mako to be a moi bonnet, Mako to be a moi from so yet. No court to the National Lottery. A judge gave injunction against the National Lottery at a time when there was a law protecting the National Lotteries. So Bekaya Mrebes and Fiebes do and actually private private lottery something versus National Lottery. And the same time in Telsat, there are a lot of cases. So Okrofo no Bekachura say you to Abronya Hene. Moya de to no din some near the wuro ne mpaboa near the yetwa adwane na Abronya Hene the asem no call Odomase number 2 traditional judicial committee no I file for injunction. Advise them. So but process na mo fa so no a mo da mo di atunu no enye process recognized in law or recognized by law. And therefore that process was wrong. Sharp kwa na mo da mo fa so no moti enye ne kwan so a. There was a case of Bidek Abraham or him be Oboro region. Na man here no the way to know. Where to know. One for them call the regional. Once is a paramount queen madano, as I say, called the regional House of Chiefs. And a him and my lawyer be fairly processed be our Sunyana High Court for sexual right to quash the whole thing. And anano best several ben by the bremi. Nobody brand him besides an anana and some other kind. Someone for him and uncle judicial committee, and I am fananco. And a man fananco had the day or two. Many me a hene, nim chusunu. No bear him, no yen ya mohum franoma. The matunu, matragan, Mirana what? Na lawyer ne yanko court na de na mere da bi minko. Bibina mo fa so na nya kwam papa so. Oh sir, ne kampasem kopa court cho na de ampene mere na jo krata ko. Nande na no krata no man ko. But I'm very principled on matters of this nature. And the case was pending before court 1. Inti yako court a me daria me court no be so be ko. Mi shaba nana machi, waje so nana machi, muguso ayeguso. Da baby animal ho. Court to be as a kwana be fa so 2 hene no. Ba mfa kwampa so. Ba mfa na nani nani ma ya oyi. O wa futu amede man no wa mfa. O wi nani ma ya o. You see? So I'm saying that look, young lawyers so we can be of immense help. And you know, as for information of futu amede man no say mabutu akonya matu mayewenu. No, there's a process for judicial committee of the traditional council. So nya manhene. So ya manhene ya called regional house of chiefs judicial committee. Okay. Oh, ba what you say. And lastly, nkomo amode mutape unsa me san nkomo no lumba de no menka bi. New apart from judgment no. There has been a new twist and run and rechi. Mra na ombuae.
Ombuae.
But lumba nua ma no ene lumba wo fa ya poku.
Ya poku no.
Wo makwasama na busua panyini no.
Confuse.
This is the latest.
Me ankasa no me ya pa ba e wo mo nsem ho na. So before the judgment of assembly na da omani mo ankasa no. Omo de asem foforo asa.
Yeah, the assembly na da judge na ni ya yire mienu.
Say who is the one that you kuna one that you
good. Ayire mienu. Ena lumba nua ma no. Asa bempoma no ne ya pokunum no. Abaye lumba ni nua ba ene ya poku lumba wo fapa.
Chris that be confused no say to park no. And no say ya poku ni yes Chris Brown say
ya poku no. Na wa fa se nimpon ene lumba. Good. Ena ni lumba nua ba bempoma no. Be ba samane. Exactly. Now they are saying that, and that one then very interesting. Yeah.
They we grant interesting.
That one, no. You see, without prejudice, with them Islamu, Mamuti, Munka Sebia, that one, the Bimpoma and Yapokuno are saying that. Look, yay akamfono, Abusiano, you to.
Yes.
Na yewomu ntete niwama. So the Yapoku and Bimpoma are saying that lumba ye maybe, and that is going to another new dimension. Kura baba beti obere baba ye 16 for 18 for 19 for me tell me
na say ye to be den
deserve me nkasa ye mpacho.
Okay, me can say o ma sem no mo di akono. Say ye dear some wie a.
Yeah, because you see, they are saying that it is the Yapoku Aye Lumba Wafa Nimpo.
Should be the rightful Abusiapani.
And he, to them, they are saying that he is the head of the immediate maternal family. And that Abusiapani no kodi adanse ma odobro ni no. Oya tentene. Abusiapani tentene.
External family.
External muwa. And therefore, by the Akan tradition and Akan custom, it is the immediate maternal family of Lumba, headed by Yapoku, who has that responsibility to organize the funeral of Daddy Lumba. And they have applied for another interlocutory injunction to injunct Abusiapani no kodi adanse ma odobrunino. And in all cases, me cry now was surprised. But so that is the maker law no. Na me di we from because me pelumba say.
Now successfully was somebody there about Ghana law report.
But I believe that.
And he will be quoted. So the case.
Yeah.
They said the amount
no, but you see, I've been following amount for some never said no dear, and I'm in Penica because you know those are in Penica. But you see, the law is that each case must be considered on its own merit.
Its own merit.
Yeah. So
it is not generally applicable to
every case. There be.
Okay.
More memman and mana mosu, memman and man so mohim a francano, memman and maya noa, more bodom mufrangara, nemusa mufra brisino. Mamon case, Lumba diano, Sir Judge can say ya.
A champ should be as Hannah.
And just had that. Because the judge assigned reasons why she thought.
Especially Osaya or Bar.
Yeah, the judge assigned reasons why she thought. Say, so for me, I don't want to, but once I'm told, said they have filed an appeal. But I mean, I'm so much particular about the current
the current injunction application. No?
Yeah, because it looks like we need to be very careful in this society, the accounts. And you know, for far too long, we are abusing adidie.
Yeah.
We are abusing adidie. So be wa na ya for bi afra busua no ba bibia ma wabedi ade. It is dangerous. My position is that it should always be the immediate family relation. It is very, very important. So now, with Sir Amanson Yabaye Nano Ande, Abba Servo Abusia Panini, the Basina Servo Bank and so.
Sir,
But the bank and Anka home. I take the Scar Bank.
Bank does him say.
So Lumba Foundation is can honor. So they don't want the money to. So,
and what for say abroad Francis
Abahana.
There be say as seven Lumba 7. I think the 14th and on here TV. Obo Bukoko, some man, woman marriage certificate, no, and just simple, easy, so I say, Ukra marriage certificate in Tino, where Yawa baby. Now, no,
in one case,
it can be,
yeah, like I said,
judgment the answer, the abroad kind
the judge also assigned reasons why she also was of the opinion, say, certificate crampa, mpo, sojitum crampa, mpo, wanyantum, ojitum, but say it was not notarized this and this. But mpo was certificate. The judge assigned reasons why so Bishop Benyano Dondwa she qualifies to be considered as a wife.
We say a football and Quebec as a training development fee. Any idea about you know?
Oh, I don't want us to. And that, but Naomi who say, Baba dear Chilabel Contokwa Bebo. What does that
grow?
So the
and I only say, and yes, it I got just a waffle. Omo the machines. Omo she share machines and good care Muko Yegu said, Omo di Bima, Komu bought a jobs for quarter any hole.
As I that's all.
Ghana, the kid is a stress you could be.
I mean, in particular, means as a sociologist, anthropologist, and historian. I'm particular about judgment in a by and fine. We also say if you are not a member of the immediate maternal family, can you organize the funeral of Lumba? You understand? Where Yapoku and Bempoman say, look, Yen Bempoman say, minimum. Bibedia dia me Bempomano. Meba, Unimsa. Bempomano, but an Bempomani, young man be back. But any better of a Lumba or Fano, or Nibedia dear. And therefore, ya ye, Yanni Lumba. Cotton the man, you know, Kuna, we agree. We don't want to dispute this because after all we were not parties. We agree. So Bempomani Bempomamba, any Bempomani Yamano, any Bemma, any Yapoku say, Mimo Fasia Pano, any Lumba, Minia Baba, any Lumba. Yeah. No, you see. The question say one. The rate was not issued by the family.
Yeah.
And therefore you cannot blame Yapoku and Bempoma. They were not parties. They were not parties. They were not parties.
Super legend.
You see what I'm saying? They were not parties, and therefore you cannot say now say Yapoku call motion for join that. To join. Yapoku kunya motion say yes wani odobro ni be kabasa wani ye yire wani nya yire. No bia so mfro bi Yapoku so media dance here. Anyway, so this morning mama mo history and then the last one me kwadi amami nwe akwamu die no.
Akwamu last week.
So some akacho say kwawu die no die dasebra akwamu aboaten no. In law, he is the chief. Validly selected, elected, nominated, installed, and gazetted. And he is the chief. He's the paramount chief of Kwahu. And as far as the law is concerned, the law is on his side. Maybe the substantive matter, no. But why wouldn't you make it no? Or about Mammy, we are Kwamudia, and Nami, we are Kwamudia, mention about history and the law, you keep to Webby. Because Ghana same here, but history and law here. Now, like I said, Yansan, a Yansere family in Akwamu, and then Yabutri. There was even a point in time one. Obi be dia konyano, ewa Akwamua. Non kan Yabutri abusian, non kan Yansere so abusian. And interestingly, no, Omukra the Nana was from ye ever. But ne papa na ne free Yabutri abusian. Na obedia konyano. That is place where I'm from 1733 to 1992. No, for Kesianwa ye answer abusian, and that the Akwamu Adriana and Yinawase family, Atimokwa family, Abebe Esumija Fono, Benba Yansere, Abedi Kofia Koto Dia Kunyano. But the Yabo family ni Abuabo, like I said, they call on Nibirim to like the Abuabo people. And there were about 3 or 4 groups who were there. So that talks about the Akwamus. So whether it is Yabo or whether it is Yansere, Ayadiana.
Okay.
That is one thing. Now, can we be next topic? But look, next time in a bar, what we say? Ultimately can tam Emma was set process of disturment money in law. Meka bantu ma henen twoma. Mentam no. Meka bantu ma henen twoma. Sa kwanya we udi enye. It is a process.
Okay.
Meka otumfo tankese. Sa udi akwanya na enye. It is a process. Owo sunyane domasia. I say number 2 meka domasi kwasiada na be kum kwamna kire no. It is a process. In the chieftaincy, especially among the accounts, it's a process.
Is that we initiate assembly court?
It is our initiate assembly court. And that people don't know. So sometimes the argument is okay, meka tepa bako ya. Meka dia nkwante fiada. Meka Bechem mpete ni breme. Meka asuboye ya wada. Ano ntanu dia bebre. Meka tafo henenwa.
Mase tafo.
Ya.
Nenwa.
Ya. Antafo.
Nenwa ye rai.
Babi. Tafo henen dia no. Emu ye deep is that it will take me more than 1 hour just to tafo henen tam no. It will take you more than 1 hour.
I see.
Yes. Tafo henen unlike
Let's have a day to deal with this and tam and the reasons behind and then what
right. What like achima bokwa ono no de mpete
mpete ene de tuma
asankase tapale ona ba ko ya tapade no bia nkwanta re fiaba tafo nwa and that tafo nwa no this intam tafo nwa no is older than the formation of the Ashanti Kingdom in 1700.
Hey.
Tafo nwa anyini chene Ashanti man of 1700.
I see.
Tafo nwa tafo bantuma ne ntuma abantuma hene ntuma
tuma yere kobuchie
yi modru papa kwasi domase kwasieda sa kwasieda ne beku kwamna kire
no
your hene he was hanged here in Kumasi here. He fought on the side of Yasantua. He was one of the generals of Yasantua. He killed a lot of people during the Yasantua war. So he was captured 17th November 1900. He was captured in Atronie. Neba dene ba nebe di na se nebe buya no fo. Nebe kunu kwasieda.
Monday na amnesty ni ba.
Na amnesty ba abrochire him ade benya. Yes, and history has it said that very day Nkrumah eyedi. That was 24th November 1900. Etibeso bentam no. Bechem mpete ni breme. So the next time I'm about, I think we will use one whole because emu do enya half from Kwahu all over the Akan states. Ntam me ko bi man ti asate fon tam back no. What I say? When I said to
you should have a day to look into.
When I said to was killed.
Of this in Tam and then the reasons.
When I said to was crossing the river Prado Kunu, who called to call him Kobe so manti obwa. Because I felt that
it was your boss.
Yeah, boss.
Manti.
Manti. Kobe and so manti.